Hi, I'm Kevin Rosenblum, and I wanted to show you how to use your heater in your office to thermoform your Formthotics to your patients. This here is the Duo Formthotic, polyethylene with a softer polyethylene on top. And I'm going to take my patient's sock liner out of their shoes, and I'm going to slide this in. This is a size small, which it says right on the top here. And Formthotics come from extra small to extra large, depending on your patient's shoe size. There's a little cheat sheet on the back of the packet for what they need. So before I heat mold these to my patient, he's got a whole lot of eversion of his calcaneus. So I wanted to put a little bit more of a skive on the lateral aspect of the orthotic. So we're going to get a little bit more pronation control. So this is something that's really easy to grind in your office. I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to just come at this, and you'll be able to see that I can grind down this material. Come down a little bit more. You can see that grinding down. This one's nice and round. It's kind of a neutral heel, and this one's got it posted, so it's going to give a little bit more of a reaction force on the medial aspect of the heel. I'm going to keep on going. I'm almost through to that red. As soon as I start to see a little bit come through, I'm going to stop. There we go. I can see just the slightest bit right here. I don't want to go any further than that. That maybe even be too much, okay? Just shy of that. But you can take a look. It's much more stable, and I'm going to have more of a ground reaction force on the medial aspect of the subtalar joint here. The heater has a little switch, and it plugs into a regular standard outlet. The switch is on the back. I turn it on, and you're going to see that the light is green, ready to go. And we're going to basically place the shoes on top of the little heaters like this, and we're going to hit the button. As soon as I hit the button, it's going to turn on, it's going to start heating the elements, and it's going to blow warm air at 65 degrees Celsius into your patient's shoes for 3 minutes. While that's heating up, I want to tell you a little bit about Formthotics. I personally came across it when I was in New Zealand about 2 years ago. I was in a ski shop, and this is what they were doing, and myself being a very avid skier, I was curious. It's actually a 40-year-old company, and this was invented between a clinician and a professional skier. It has a little bit of root biomechanics design into it. It's got a motion skive, which is oblique to the subtalar joint axis, to help promote your patient to have some supination and go through the pronation movement. It's incredibly lightweight. Incredibly lightweight, so much so when you first put it in your hand, you're like, really? How much does this orthotic cost? It seems like it's nothing, but it's actually really a firm, dense polyethylene foam, which is wonderful. In the United States, we're so familiar with ethyl vinyl acetate, or EVA orthotics, which we heat up and we mold over our patient's positive model, something like this, for example. And with EVA, it's actually needs to be incredibly dense and heavy for it to have the same control as something that is as lightweight as polyethylene. So in the temperature, when we heat up EVA, it needs to be well over 100 degrees Celsius. So the fact that this foam is incredibly lightweight, it's rigid enough that when you heat it up, it becomes soft and pliable, and then when it cools down, it firms up again. So it's really cool. When the patient wears this, not only is it molding to their foot to be a nice accommodative distribution of loads, forces, and things like that, it also takes the strobolast of the shoe, so whatever the bottom and the inside of the shoe looks like for example, the new Next shoes, these have got really narrow strobolasted shoes. This will form to that. Or if you have a shoe that's kind of like a fashion sneaker that's got a really wide strobolast, it'll form to that. And it'll work, and it'll just distribute loads, offloading from the prominent med heads. It'll control some pronation. It'll control a little bit of supination. When you heat it and you have them wear it, you do want to make sure that the orthotic is sitting flat all the way to the bottom of the shoe, and it's pushed back all the way. Confirm that you have the right size. And it's something your patient can put on. If the warmth feels really good, they can walk around, and they have treatment immediately. So new patient comes in, and they come in for orthotics, whether it's plantar fasciitis, plantar plate tear, stage 2 PTTD, whatever it might be, and they're getting a custom orthotic. What we've seen lately in the past few years is that I like to give patients orthotics that they only wear sometimes, not all the time. And this gives them a variety. There's kind of a little movement towards all sorts of different biomechanical schools of thought and research. That little beeping sound means that our shoes are done cooking. So, I can feel that they're nice and warm. Patient will slide this right on and walk right out of the office, and they'll be good to go. So I'll have them wear this after I cast them for their custom foot orthotics, or if they're not ready yet for custom foot orthotics, we're gonna try these over-the-counter orthotics. This is a really, really good, it's a premium option. It'll totally set you aside from other clinics in your area. Price-wise, anywhere from $150 to $250 for these, and which is a good price point. It's well above where your typical over-the-counter device is, and you're gonna get really high performance for this orthotic. It works in a variety of different shoes. We are stocking 2 different models. The Duo, which has that little layer of cushion on the top here. And you can just take a look real close. As I push on this, you can see how soft that foam is. It's warm and conforms pretty easily. Here's one that's not cooked, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's much firmer, okay? And so if you didn't want to heat it, you could put these on and walk around, and the pressure would, over time, pack this down a little bit and would conform. But doing this in the office and quickly heating it up, it's a really nice therapy for your patient. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, hello@kevinorthopedic.com. Give us a call, 877-SOS-FEET. That's 877-767-3338. Thanks for watching.